Hey guys, welcome back to Houseplants to Veggie Patch. Today I'm going to give you a quick update of what's been happening in our veggie patch. Right in front of you is some radishes that I've grown. This particular type is a white variety, can't remember the exact name. But anyway, it's I bought the seeds from Eden Seeds from Queensland, and I think recently we've got lots of rain and the veggies are just going nuts, and you can see there are more coming as well. Over there's another one, and I've also got some of you may know that I built this bed with the local sandstones just on the property. I've planted some more cucumbers, wax melons and snake beans all on here, and these are all radishes. And I've also chucked in some capsicums and chili plants. We'll just see how it goes. But I do quickly realize actually, because I lined this side of the bed with cardboard, so it's a bit hard for the plants to penetrate through the cardboard, I guess, at this stage. Therefore, you can see all the snake beans plants that have sprouted. They're not doing really well, they're just yellowing away, but that's fine. I think my main goal of this bed is to prep the soil so that the next growing season it'll just go nuts, hopefully. And from this side you can also see lots of cucumbers forming and growing. There's one. There's just so many cucumbers actually. And so we have been harvesting lots of cucumbers, pretty much maybe 5 or 6 a day. They're decent sized cucumbers, and some loofahs started coming as well. Not sure if I've heard about loofahs needing to be pollinated to grow bigger, or the small ones will just die off, so we'll see what happens. But anyway, the loofahs are trying really hard to go up and get more sun, and it's so nice that we're getting beautiful sun today because we've had so much rain recently, and it's been raining every day. And our passion fruit vine is growing nicely as well, so I've been training it to climb up the fence. Let's have a little walk around to the other side and see what else is happening. So in this bed, I think they're all the leafy greens, which are doing really well, especially the mizuna, and kale's going to seeds, which I will collect, and some coriander, chives and spring onions. So I think this one, I haven't paid that much attention to it, and it's just doing well in general. And you can see some purple basil in the background of there, the opal basil. So this bed is, as you can see, it's absolutely going nuts compared to what I've showed you last time, and so it's a good thing. And they're loving the soil, they're loving the weather. And so once again we've got all this, I think, yeah, it's pretty intense sort of planting that I did this year. Maybe next year I will space them out a little bit more, but it was an experiment just to see if they're still going to fruit nicely when they're a little tighter on the space. But so far so good. So the mizuna in this bed, they're very healthy as well. And very exciting news is that my ginger, I planted 2 ginger in September, mid-September, and then now it's beginning of November. They both have sprouted. They're doing really well. So ginger likes rich soil, and there's another one there. That's the other one I planted. So they're both going to just grow on their own, and eventually I can harvest all the rhizomes underneath, which will be awesome. And some more rocket different variety of cucumber. Can't remember the name, but I bought the seedlings from Bunnings and they're doing really well too. They taste slightly different from your normal cucumber, but still nice enough. And more radishes. Radishes are excellent plants to grow. I just throw, you know, a bunch of them in our juice every day, and it's delicious. And we have more beetroot here. These ones I did space them out a bit, but they still look quite tight in space. But they're just lush. Love them. And there are more white radish variety here, and more herbs. And the marigolds, I think they're doing so well. I guess the attention, you know, like the purpose of having them is for pest control in general, and but at the same time they just look beautiful. So I'll just give you a quick look at it, and I love the look of them. It's so pretty. And once again we can see lots of flowers and lots of baby cucumbers and baby loofahs, and my capsicums, they're doing really well too. I have staked some of them, not all of them. The flowers are forming, and I think soon we're going to have fruits, capsicums as well. Over here is the okra. Oh my gosh, look at the okra. They're so magnificent looking. I never seen okra plant before. I love the vegetable, so we'll see what happens in maybe a few months time. I'll definitely do, because this is the burgundy okra variety, I'll definitely do a video on how they look like when they first start fruiting. Very exciting. And over here I can show you more cucumbers. They're literally just everywhere. Oh my god, look at that big one. That's a beauty. So each morning I come out for 10-15 minutes just to harvest some of this beauty. And then over here underneath the tomato plants, I've got lots of healthy basils growing. They're just going nuts as well. They love this sheltered position, and they love tomatoes. And then tomatoes coming along nicely too. I've got 4 tomato plants growing here, and they're doing exceptionally well too. And over here I've got another cucumber plant. So I'm going to train this one. My plan is to train this one to climb up over here as well. As you can see, the spacing is a bit tight, but as I said, I did want to experiment how it's gonna work. It's like a very intensive sort of veggie gardening in this particular bed, but so far so good. It's just so lush. Back to this bed, which we had, you can see the snow pea there. So the snow peas coming to its end of life. Even the kale, they're just not, I don't think they're doing all that well in the heat. Strawberries are still okay, beetroot okay, but slowly I think you can see the time when you need to sort of redo the bed and or give the bed a chance to rest. There are more snow peas. So my plan is to leave most of the snow peas now on the plant so that I can collect the seeds. And there are more leafy veggies in here, like mizuna, spinach and such. And over here I have another, this was a random tomato plant that had started growing out of literally nowhere, just from like a little small pot of compost that I got from the shop. But I decided that I'm going to experiment with this tomato plant in a pot of just random organic materials I collected from the property. So really underneath all of this, there's only really tiny little bit of compost and some manure at the bottom, because my my initial plan was to have this as one of the worm stations in the property. So the tomato plant has just been growing in all these organic materials that I collected. So leaves and twigs and God knows what, possum poos, and yeah. So I'll let you know if this one actually do something in the future. And more veggies over here. I think you've seen them before, and the tomatoes are fruiting and waiting to ripen, I guess. I think because of the rain we've had, the tomatoes are struggling a little bit, and they will need a few good days of just pure sunshine to finally ripen the fruits. And over here, the snow peas plant, it's the same story. So it's yellowing out slowly because it's coming to the end of its life cycle. And yeah, so there are some big ones, and especially there's one big one I've had the intention to keep it as seed from ages ago. So this one's definitely almost ready for seed collecting. And over here I have some mints that I grew just from seeds, and look, the rockets, they're all going to seeds now. And then this one has some chives and another chili plant, and I guess everything else is doing what they're supposed to. And even in all these small pots, and the rockets, the lettuce, the spinach, they're all doing quite well. So there you go. This is the quick update of our veggie patch in the spring. It's still, I would say, late spring now actually. Yeah, so the weather is not exactly all that stable, so we still have cold days, but not too cold, I guess. But overall, I think the plants love the spring weather, and they are doing really well. And thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. And happy planting, everyone. Gardening is so much fun.